Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm the MysteriousJG. So it's been a week since I recorded, and it's that special fun time where we all wonder, including me, is JG going to pick up and start doing the thing he said he was going to do next time at the end of the last video? Well, for one thing, we're back on the Nexus, not the Nexus, our ship. And we got pods and whatever. So we got consumable deliveries. An important thing to note here is that now that we have been poking around on planet What's-Her-Face, Havarti Cheese World, we can see a couple of new research opportunities, including, the ones that we need to get that planet up to a certain level. And the big ones are improved development 2, further increased research data gain from all sources by additional 10%, and innovation. Now, I had looked at lab technicians as being, I got to get that early because it's going to be like all sorts of research, and then find out it's Milky Way only, so it's not as good as I thought. But then we were looking at improved development plus 10 data gain from all sources, research data, which is like, if you're going to get that, you should get it early, but it doesn't seem like it's that great. Maybe it's not worth a perk. Then improved development 2, it's like, what? Another 10%. Well, I guess if you got them both, is that worth 2 perks? But here's the deal. You need improved development 2 to get innovation. And innovation gives you an extra augment slot on all equipment. So that seems like that would definitely be worth getting. It having 2 prerequisites and ultimately tying up 3 perks seems a bit much, but the 2 prerequisite perks are both things that I was on the border of wanting to get. So I now think that's what I'm moving towards, is getting all those. Because that coupled with the fact that we're now getting minerals every month, not every month, every 45 minutes of game time where we're not paused, that makes it to where we could really be crafting some good equipment. So I'm going to be heavily into the crafting mechanic of this game. Do I feel like the munitions was a wasted perk? Meh, I don't know. We've certainly stacked up some stuff. Now, to really get into, I'm going to go with all the crafting perks, we'd want to get hunting parties and special forces, which is getting organic and tech materials. But we seem to be coming across plenty of those, and I'm not running out of money. And I feel like the commerce ones we're getting, where I'm trying to get market dominance. Some of these commerce-oriented ones are going to eventually open up the ability to buy crafting materials from merchants. So I feel like we're fine. I'm staying away from just getting credits at a regular interval, because even though it seems like a no-brainer, that's something you'd want to get early and take advantage of. I have not felt cash-strapped for a long time. I don't think we're going to waste inventory capacity, because you can discipline yourself. Apparently, when the game first came out, the item limit was only 50, and that seems pretty rough. But when they patched it up, they upgraded, and everyone was upset about it, so they upped the item limit. Even without getting the perks, it's better than it was. So I'm mostly, other than getting, I'm kind of like, maybe I shouldn't have got these consumables, because I still haven't been using them, but they are starting to pack up for us now. And their prerequisites, that's a prerequisite for anything to give yourself more consumable slots. Reconnaissance is the thing that we're going to want to get eventually. Something I thought I really was going to want to get early, which I've kind of backed off on wanting to get, is the thing that gives you 10% bonus experience to completing encounters. Because I'm like, it seems like we shouldn't have trouble finding enough experience if we, So if we move towards getting increased augmentation slots, I'm not going to do improved development, because that's just research. No, sorry, that is what I'm doing. Accelerated research. Well, you need lab technicians. Reduces the amount of time it takes to earn research points. I'm kind of like, maybe I should grab that. Maybe I should save the game, grab that, and find out what it is. But if it's still all you're getting is Milky Way research, then that's really a waste. If suddenly this also means you get the other researchers, that's not what the description means. The description seems to suggest it's no longer a 45-minute count. which would make that not really that useful. Strike team missions. I guess I can update you guys on this. We have, actually have missions I could send people out on. We now have the maximum number of teams. And I've got 4 level 20 teams, all of which have exceptional human intelligence, and I'm working on 2 last teams and getting them up to level 20, and they both have lesser items, because now the only thing I can use mission funds for is eventually buying them exceptional human intelligence, and once I have it, if I really want to have more mission funds doing something, I could fire my very first elite team, Foxtrot, and replace them because they acquired a negative trait along the way. They are the only team that I currently have with negative traits, because I got rid of the fun but not as effective team that had like lots of negative traits, because I just sent them on all these missions where they had like a small shot at winning. So if eventually I could decide I want to get rid of Team Foxtrot and start over. I've got 2 Team Victors, which is kind of funny, but basically, yeah, the team names are just apparently randomly selected, and it's I don't remember what it's called, but it's that phonetic alphabet. The thing that I don't know if it's the U.S. military one or the NATO one, where you don't say a letter, you say a word that starts with a letter to make it easier to understand. So, like, wrestling nerds may remember that when the Shield came out, before their music hit, a voice would say, Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield, because that's, the thing. So we got incendiary ammo and shield capacitors, and I have noted that only certain consumables are randomly dropped. Like, I got 8 Cobra RPGs, so we are rarely getting those, but I've got 51 incendiary ammos, 57 overdrive packs, 55 shield capacitors, but 2 disruptor ammos and 4 cryo ammos. So for some reason, these do not randomly drop, even though they don't cost any more to buy in the stores than incendiary ammo does. So it's not like they're considered more valuable, and therefore not included in the random package that you get. You just don't get them, unless maybe when I've cleared some mission somewhere, these open up, because they are technically, these are things I'm supposed to be getting from the military. Here. Another thing we can take a quick note of is that I did go ahead and destroy my handcrafted Black Widow to get back the components, and because I'm trying to keep my inventory low. And I destroyed my Crusader 3 shotgun and built a Crusader 4 shotgun, because the slight decrease in weight means that I now, instead of having like a negative 1% tech recharge rate, I have a 0% penalty. You don't boost up, you don't charge up your skills faster, you just don't get a penalty. So that's it. What else? I don't want to spend half the video here. We went back to the Nexus. We're still at the Nexus. Off screen, I wanted to confirm that nothing interesting or important is happening that we can't miss back on the human arc, but I did run into 1 or 2 little conversations not desperately required, but they might be fun to listen into. So let's quick go back to the Nexus before we disembark. Oh, and here's a cinematic of us landing at the Nexus, even though I never actually left. Unless I'm crazy, there is no... I guess maybe there is a door I could have just gone to where I would have disembarked rather than going out to the menu and selecting the Nexus as a... Oh, you know what? No. Even when I just hop on my ship, they show the cinematic of our ship flying away from the Nexus. So we actually did get on our ship, fly away to orbit the Nexus instead of being docked there. You can't just go back to your ship and hang out. Now, while I'm here... Oh, and you may also have noticed, if you're really paying attention, we probably have fewer credits than we did last time. That's because I've taken to occasionally, while scrolling through, making a time pass in-game so that I can collect more rewards.
Hello, Pathfinder.
Hello, we're the Romans. I would occasionally buy whatever guns were for sale at the shop that's built into my ship and destroy them or disassemble them in the hopes of getting element 0. Because I have not figured out a way to tell what components a gun is made up of when you go to buy it in the store. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a moment.
Nice to see you again.
So here's the general store. I can buy, while I'm here, I could buy a double mod extender. I'm going to start crafting armor soon. So eventually, like I've only been caring about the weapon slots. Eventually, I'll care about other slots too. Kinetic coils are the most generically useful. Metagel regulators are good. Shield accelerators are good. I'm throwing around a lot more money than I really need to be doing. Oh, they're actually selling element 0, just like straight up selling element 0. Huh. Shotgun calibrated receiver. I should actually think about picking some of these things up. But I would really need to check and see what I'm already using. Shotgun calibrated receiver 4 I think I am using, but it might be only a 3. Heavy melee. Light melee. Yeah, that's actually a really useful one for me because it reduces clip size. Receiver plus penetration damage. Oh, that's calibrated receiver. Plus 52 plus 0.7. This is plus 46 plus 0.63. I'm actually spending a lot more money than I meant to. Thermal clip 4 quick receiver. Yeah, I'm spending a bit more money than I meant to coming into all this, but what I kind of wanted to show off was... Well, if I notice that they've got... Okay, they don't. What I kind of wanted to show off, this guy's a vehicle merchant, fuck him. Ooh, I'm going to have a whole video at the Nexus after all, my bad. I'm looking at the time, I'm like, yeah, by the time I do one or two little things just to show them off, I will end up with a whole video at the Nexus. But I would come in and be like, oh, hey, ooh, geez, these are expensive just for playing with this. An Omniblade is 1,000. I'll can buy that. Confirm trade. I was doing this periodically. I would go melee. I would buy something just so that I could deconstruct. Yeah, see, this is a bad choice. 1,000 credits, and I'm getting Omnigel canisters, silicon, nickel, and vanadium, and no EZO. But I was doing that periodically at my little store on the our ship, whose name I keep forgetting, while cycling between strike missions and getting free stuff. But as we go out and collect more loots, we can sell it to make the money back, but what I've been doing recently is just destroying it because I'm trying to build up a big enough reserve of element 0. We've got 159 now. For one thing, I want to get all the vehicle upgrades and just be done with that. And then basically I just want to not have to worry about upgrade materials. So maybe if I just actually go get all the freaking vehicle upgrades and I'm done with it, then I won't have to worry about... Omnigel, or I keep saying Omnigel, EZO, until I actually come across something that needs EZO. The human Pathfinder has died, and our writer's like, what? I kind kind of wishing I'd played as Sarah Ryder, the girl. I just heard a little change of pace from playing as like generic protagonist man. Hopeful citizen. I don't remember noticing you before.
Pathfinder, I hear the Angaran planet Aya is a paradise. We finally found a lush world. When do we start moving in?
It's the Angaran planet.
These things take time. There's not much room on Aya, and we're still proving ourselves to them.
She just
But we
decides to
need to find
scratch
lush
her
planets
crotch
of
while
our
we're
own.
talking to her. That was not her
Almost.
crotch, JG. Come on.
True. But hey, at least now we know one exists, right?
Sure.
I know you'll do it. Keep up the good work, Pathfinder.
Well, since you asked me to, hopeful citizen, I will. Nothing new and exciting to talk about with Sam and the Sam note I already checked. I was just coming here off camera on my own after the last session.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
I wonder if all commit suicide. I can't remember Lewis or Clark, one of them offed themselves. So yeah, Captain Dunn had some stuff to say.
Ryder, this new station leadership I'm hearing about finally let you out of their sight?
They sure did,
Looks
Captain
like.
Dunn.
Took
Whom
them
I
long
know,
enough.
I guess. Hey, why don't you guys wake up all the colonists and send her to that ice hole that I found?
Will you be bringing Hyperion folks out of stasis?
Whoever is most needed for the outposts gets priority. You know, the big win will be when we're able to wake up entire families at once. That's when I'll know things have taken a turn for the better.
I'm kind of confused as to how all the people who, like, apparently there's a bunch of, like, frozen people, sleepy people on the Nexus already. I still don't get how the Nexus was supposed to come out ahead of all these other arcs. I mean, is it not just a big old arc itself? Oh.
Thanks for the talk.
Thanks, though, big man.
Sure thing.
I think we can continue
Good
to talk
job
to her.
with the Prodromos outpost, Pathfinder.
It's old
Ready
news.
to wake up a batch of colonists and send them down there. It'll be nice to see their excitement when they realize this is really happening.
And that they get to go to the desert planet instead of the frozen planet.
Thanks for the talk.
Sure thing. Welcome back, Ryder. Need anything?
Thanks for the
Okay,
talk.
she seems to be out of
Sure thing.
kooky cool things to say. Man, I spent a lot more money than I really intended to there. But, I mean, we're still at 28. We've got mods to spare whenever I get around to making equipment. But I want to level up to 30 and be able to unlock a higher level of gear. Lolly-ho. Lonnie-ho? Our game just froze.
Pathfinder?
He really wanted to
go
think
now.
about what Lanny had
See you
to
later.
say and who she actually
Talk to you
is. I have forgotten.
That's okay, Drac. I'll just hang out here. Thanks, though.
Oh, that's why I stopped, because BB's hanging out.
Nah, just caught up in my own thoughts. Got a lot of them.
None of them worth
But I'll see
repeating.
you on the Tempest, huh?
Hey, shot, kid. That was one in a million.
Hey, Ryder. Taking a stroll?
Something like that?
I just wandered over from the Nexus myself. That place bores me.
It's changing.
It's not the same. There's hope now.
Thanks to
Hope
me.
is good. I spent over a year stuck there. Well, when I wasn't exploring Eos. And I know things are getting better. More lively. But
Hope is
there
good.
Are too many bad associations.
Better than snow.
I probably won't hang out there much.
So are we done, or?
Just minding my own business.
Just drifting around here and there, wherever the wind blows. So anyway, not a lot of excitement. I can't remember if it was on screen or off screen, but I went and there's nothing interesting going on in the place where your sister is in suspended animation. Mom is dead and Dad's been placed in suspended animation. Cue chip. Sorry, it's G Gundam. There's docking bay, the cryo bay. Nothing really interesting going on in operations. Let's go out and start making some money to replace what I wasted. I mean, maybe I do eventually just want to get a steady influx of credits. While I'm like Let's Playing it and actively, you know, getting home from work and logging on to Mass Effect so that every hour or two I'll remember to go collect some Nexus rewards. Those timed ones are useful. When you're just playing the game casually, it's kind of irritating. Not really that great. I'll show 'em. Those two are never going to finish that conversation. So, yeah, Vetra's still chilling out. I don't know if she has anything new to say.
For so long. Nice to see them doing what they were made to.
Hi, what's your name?
We headed out soon?
Yeah, okay, you're bored. I get it. This is a different Avina. Or is it the same Avina? It is the same one.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure.
I am filled with pleasure by your presence, Pathfinder. I am a dirty Avina. You saw how one of us turned red and started talking about anti-AI shit. Well, I've turned a slightly different shade of blue and I'm now a horn dog.
Anyway, all right. So not quite a whole video on the Nexus, but pretty damn close. At some point I need to do another Codex reading video. I mean, I haven't even done one since we found the Angarans. And those are nice videos for people who want to skip some videos and not have to watch every minute of... I mean, nobody has to watch every minute of this, obviously. Yeah, for people who want to be able to who skip the Codex videos can be almost a relief. It's like, oh, phew, I don't have to watch this one.
Ryder.
What up, Ryder? So we are going to go to Hoval. I want to try to get that place up, get up its habitability, so that we can get a colony going there, kick out the Angarans, and ultimately subjugate them. No, wait, I didn't say that. I want to be able to get the cryo perks that are associated with that planet eventually. And I'm thinking if we call that guy the leader of their resistance that we're supposed to call, I don't know where that'll take the plot. And it might make it that more planets are revealed, and I could find out more about the perks that are available, and scan a few more planets would be another quest that we can complete for the scientists on the Nexus. But, yeah, for now, I'm content to work on overall. So, I'm still using the Deep Explorer stuff with the experience boost, although I've saved enough that I could really get some better armor going if I wanted to. I mean, this is cool armor with its experience boosts are higher than anything. I don't know any way to craft armor with better experience boost than what you get basically for paying extra or pre-ordering or whatever I did to get this, but eventually, as far as stuff like, damage absorption and health regen and, adding boosts to tech construct damage and stuff, there's better gear I could be using. Shield capacitors and incendiary ammo work because those are two... Oh, maybe I'm getting more of those because they're what's equipped. Maybe if I equipped something else... I'm curious about that. What if I equipped... disruptor ammo. I'm not going to use them. I am getting overdrive packs though. What if I just equip these for a while and see what happens? Because I'm not planning to use it. Jaal and Liam, that still works. I like having Jaal around while we're fighting on these Angaran worlds. It makes sense that he would be able to give us useful info. Liam had a chance to have some fun with us. Let's give Vetra a chance to play. If I always have Jaal in the party, then I'm missing a lot of zany dialogue between, when will we find out what Vetra and Liam, I have to say. Vetra and Drac are constantly hanging out, but anyway, whatever. Never mind. Let's go.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
Other than having like lots of scary wild animals, this is the most hospitable planet so far. Better than the planet that is like, always daytime, or the planet where it's always freaking cold. But this planet, it's always nighttime, it seems. So what quests do we have here? Dying planet. Talk to Kieran Dowles about Havari's problems. That seems like a good way to get things going. I think we did enough questing here that Jarl was like, you've really impressed our leaders. They know you're a good guy now. But like the minimum you can do to advance that plot if you want. Because I remember her saying, it'll take a while to explain our problems. Come back later if you want to. Which is basically their way of saying, you can get out of here now and put this off to later if you would like. Just looking for, oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to stay up here. Looking for the creatures in the jungle, since I've got my sniper rifle scope and should be able to see them. Hey, I want to come in your window. Come in my window. Don't bother to use the door of my house.
An alien, able to use Remnant. Never thought I'd see such a thing.
Nothing's coming to you.
My aunt had a Remnant artifact she learned to open and close. One moment I was setting up sensors. Many years to achieve it. Some alien she was never able to do it reliably.
Am I like somehow hearing everyone's inner thoughts? What's going on?
And she couldn't explain how she was doing it.
You were saying something about the planet being in decline?
Hey, suddenly we're in like Mass Effect original trilogy style cinematic.
Started here, uncontrolled mutations in organic life.
Which somehow the game controls the camera angle dialogue, make the characters feel more like characters than the you control the camera angle and you can't see anyone very well conversations.
There are only 2 of them when there should be 3.
Okay, so I just talked over everything, but there's something going on where there's a missing monolith.
There's so much life here. Your vault must be working.
In some fashion, most likely. But the monoliths are responsible for propagating the vault's instructions across the planet. With only 2 out of 3 monoliths working, the instructions are imbalanced. So life is imbalanced.
It's like a religion for you guys.
Asking the sages. There could be something in their oral history.
Well, why didn't you try that?
Those superstitious hermits don't care about modern Angara. You know that.
You saw the projections for the planet's survival. What do we have to lose?
Does Ryder need to be here for them to have this debate? He's not really adding anything. It's like we have never asked the people who are experts on the ancient, planet before it got all weird about what's different now. Maybe we should ask them. That's crazy. They can't help us. And Ryder's like, I'm just trying to get up to speed with what's going on in general.
Sages? Oral histories?
Oral? You guys like oral?
That old remnant edifice over there.
That's right.
They trace
I'm
their
4
families
years
back to a
old.
time just after the Scourge. They believe isolation will maintain the purity of the histories by preventing contamination by modern thought. Basic sense.
That's actually not really useful at all.
Understand or care that Havarl's dying.
Well, it's convenient for the plot that we can now create this like goofy side group, but if they're into preserving oral history, you would think that rather than fearing contamination with modern thought, I suppose they're a religious sect, they could have that as their thought process. Generally, people who are like really big into preserving oral history are like, let's mandate that all school children have to learn Irish Gaelic, even though none of them, or very few of them, will use it in their adult lives, which is the thing that's going on in Ireland. Let's have all the street, not condemning, but like, you know, you go to Ireland, it's interesting. All the street signs are bilingual. Street lines by Irish law have to be written in English and in Gaelic, but like 85% plus of the people don't really speak Gaelic, or don't speak any more than the Gaelic they're forced to learn in elementary school as like cultural history class and don't use. So it sounds like they're kind of doing that here, but rather than like having a bunch of people get together and really guilt trip everyone who doesn't learn the oral history of the Angarans, they're like, we're not even going to tell you because you guys are just going to screw it up. And they go and sit in their own little corner and do Angaran oral history. Some of these choices, there must be another way. It's like, why are we just intentionally avoiding the side quests? Maybe I'll play through a Sarah Writer eventually, and just like go out of my way to be a dick about doing any side quest to help anyone.
If asking your sages doesn't work, we'll be back here. So what's the harm?
It's a really good point.
The trek up Mithratha's teeming with Remnant. Most of us don't attempt it, but maybe you could do it. Follow the Remnant River.
Seems like easy
and
experience.
Keep your head. I'd hate to hear something terrible happened in pursuit of some ancient legend.
Ancient knowledge. Anyway, folks, I'm going to call it a video there. When we come back, we're going to trek up the mountain of Remnant and try to talk to some old guys about legends and shit. And surely this will give us Nexus points and allow us to unlock better cryo perks. I'm MysteriousJG. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.